Howdy, howdy, everybody. Would you look at that? Just look at it. So, I do things like this because I enjoy it. We have everybody representing. We have Drago, the chicks, and oh, such wonderful, wonderful things are in the works, you guys. Wonderful things are in the works. I'm really excited. I came up with this little design. I thought it was pretty cute. And yeah, this right here is a huge spoiler alert for what's coming. I thought about it today and I was like, you know, maybe I should go with the goal of being like the Carol Baskin of the chicken world. But then I was like, well, Carol is really close to Karen, and we know what's up with the Karens out there. So no, I'm much love to any Karen out there that's not Karen. So yeah, I came up with that today. And then upper management has also been harassing us because, you know, we all have a job to do, and if I'm going to be doing this, you know, taking care of these babes, then they said that I at least need to promote it a little better, and I always forget to do this. And so I got into a little bit of trouble because I'd never say this. I guess this is something that I'm supposed to do. I just thought it was cool that I was getting baby chickens and I wanted to share it with everyone. But, it is cool. I do try to kind of put some information in there. I'm by no means a professional. This is not any kind of veterinary expertise. No, that's funny. I try to say it with a straight face, but yes, no, I barely have an associate's degree. I do, though. Have an associate's degree. Thank you very much. But yeah, so do all these things. We've got our friend reminding us here, and then be kind and share. That's very important, especially these days. It seems like that's something that's been lost and forgotten. And then comment and subscribe. You know, I totally welcome comments. Feedback is a gift. Whoa! Brothers and sisters, did we see that? We had it. Going for the jailbreaker. Well, goodness. All right, well, that settles it. My plans that were about to be disclosed at a later time have now been accelerated a little bit after that display. I'm glad I was in here. Yeah, one almost got out there. So yeah, if you could do any of that, that's cool. If you don't want to, I'm great with it. I really don't care. You know, if you click off, go do your thing, man. We're all doing our thing, and that's what I'm doing. I just think it's hella cool, these little guys. And things are moving right along. Things are moving right along. I've been working with the board. All of my board members, Fergus, Gracie, Calypso, Roxanne, we've all been working together on a plan that we have deemed as Operation Cottontail. And this is something I've kind of hinted at in the past. It kind of, popped in a little something here and there about Operation Cottontail. But today, we got the budget approved, and the major thing that it was hinging on was the budget for the housing of Operation Cottontail. So we now have a home for this great and wondrous thing, and details forthcoming. But we are able to let everyone know now that that's happening. The other big news too, on day 14, can you believe it? Day 14, 14 days. I've only lost 2, right here on Survivor Chicken Edition. I've only lost 2. Everyone here is actually growing very well in the preschool group. We're going to have a graduation ceremony here very soon, because as we just witnessed, this little criminal right here, the smooth criminal, was just going for the jailbreak, and we can't have that happening because there's another thing that we had to do. Speaking of jails, we had to install some more security measures on the kindergarten room, because things are getting a little bit heated in the kindergarten room. This this mean girl right here, she is the ringleader of the Mean Girls Club, along with Fiddle and Faddle over here. They are the Mean Girls. If you've seen that movie, I actually prefer the movie Heathers. If you ever saw that with Christian Slater, that was a great movie. So we're going to call them the Heathers, the Heather Feathers, because they're very snooty and they like to beat up on our friends Lateralus. Not necessarily beat them up, okay? They're not like picking on them, or like, you know, there's no predation going on. They're not like pulling feathers out. They just chase each other around. And then also there's these guys again. Fistful of bird friends. Falco is giant, and so is Fiddle and Faddle. Fiddle and Faddle are actually probably the friendliest birds in the group. They'll let me pet them. They actually peck my hand when I go to, you know, reach down to get them. It's kind of funny. It's startling at first. Doesn't hurt in any way, shape, or form, but it's funny. So, but they're getting feisty, and so tomorrow's the day. I really hope that Rural can get some chicks tomorrow. And at this point, I'm not really picky. And now see, this is what happens. We get all fluffed up, and I think that's why these three here need their own space. We need to move on up again. So I'm going to take the two small ones out. Lateralus and Jack are going to come out. I think that we have this fine bird right here is going to be graduating up into the kindergarten class, and probably Mofo and Wi-Fi. I don't know about Fifi. She's still tiny. She's having no issues at all. They're doing well. So we're going to separate everyone. We're going to have a preschool, kindergarten, and first grade now. These guys are graduating to first grade. I got to get all that set up. Where I'm going tomorrow to hopefully pick up more chicks to introduce to our preschool class, and you know, that'll be great. And then we also have an update on the food. Again, if you went back and watched my video on the medicated versus non-medicated food, I have noticed I have not filled their container of food all day. All right. And why that is significant is because had it been any other day with the medicated food, I would have already dumped it, because it would have been full of nothing but dust and poo and bedding. Okay, now on this end here, I have like been picking the bedding out of this one, but this was just filled yesterday. So it's not that they're eating less, okay? I want to reiterate that, because they are doing this all the time. They're pecking. They've really taken a liking to this little part right here. They've pecked that down to the plastic, and they pull the food out and they eat it from here. There just isn't as much dust, and so it's more like the grit. It has that grittier texture. So this seems to be working well. We've had Felicity had some issue. She was starting to get a little aloof, standoffish, and I was a little concerned about her, but she snapped out of it. Her poos were a little runny. They've gotten more solid as the day has gone by. We've got this beautiful lady. Beautiful lady. Okay. That's that. That's these guys. Tomorrow's the day. Everyone is very, very anxious Or maybe it's just me. It's probably just me. I think it's really just me. I know upper management isn't real thrilled about any of this, but, you know, I am, that's going to have to be changed out. These guys are doing really well. We did have to install the security measures. As you can see here, we have our assistant that is ever on guard, we'll say, quote unquote, on guard, to protect these fine feathered friends. What's up there, Faddle? Faddle, Faddle. The tail feathers are magnificent on these fine friends. Everyone is doing really, really well down here. Again, Lateralus and Jack are just tiny. They're just smaller than the other birds. They're getting in their tail feathers. Their shoulder feathers are coming in just fine. But you can see the size difference. I mean, look at that behemoth. Fiddle, you're huge. So, and then again, here you have these two showing off their size difference. It's pretty big. I mean, but look at look at this. She just wants to see in there. She just wants to see those babies. That's why we have a cover over the chicks, because someone is getting very brave, and we're not going to have chicks spilled on the kitchen floor. So it's bad enough that they're in here already, but that's going to change, I think, because yeah. So yeah, these guys are doing really well. And wait until you see what's going on. Operation Cottontail is going to be glorious. See, I raised rabbits in a former life, and that was kind of my thing. So I don't know what has stopped me up to this point, but something is screaming at me that I need to do this. So I'm going to do it. Again, it's all of this stuff seems to be pretty insignificant as far as cost. There is cost involved, but it's nothing huge, nothing fantastical that you have to go out and spend like thousands of dollars on the best and the most wonderful things. You can do it with very simple ways and still do it in a decent way. I feel like I'm doing okay, but yeah, so stay tuned for our upcoming updates on Operation Cottontail and how that goes. I'm really excited to the idea that we've come up with for that. Make sure we do this and then take a gander at that again. Kind of proud of that. I've got someone on the inside of some woodworking friends that are also friends of the feather. They donate quite frequently to the cause. You could say that they are our main driver and support in the feather cause. So more updates tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a big day, so make sure you stay tuned. I might do more than one. Look at that dirty butt. You back girl. Look at that dirty butt. Do we have any sprouts? Well, she's a little shy tonight. Okay. Everyone have a wonderful night.